All right. Hey YouTube, I'm Lucky, and in today's news story, we're going to be talking about the topic of Bungie accidentally leaking an exotic that's returning to Destiny 2 starting next season. So if you don't want any spoilers, you'll have to click off this video, but I think you're going to want the spoiler because it's a pretty good one, especially if you're a D1 fan, if you liked some of the exotics from D1 that haven't quite returned over to D2. Quick trivia question before I move on from this, though. Let me know which weapon from D1 do you miss the most that isn't in D2 right now. Write that in the comments below. I would love to see a response. What weapon, exotic, legendary, do you miss the most? Right here, we'll play a little bit game. Can you name this exotic? This is the exotic that will be returning next season. We have a leak right here from Destiny Bulletin on Twitter. They say, apparently Trespasser, exotic siren from D1, is returning next season, in Season 17. This is revealed in the Japanese version of last week's Twab. No official confirmation yet. Stay tuned. So you can see there that they go through a list of exotics, and you can see that there's like Japanese text for the Trespasser to return, and then they later go in and they actually change it to redacted because they realized that it was done in error. So it makes sense that this would be the way that would be leaked, right? Obviously, they give the transcript or change the transcripts around based on the different languages and stuff. So by some accident, they actually slipped up and actually wrote the Trespasser there. It was in Japanese, and they had to change it later. So I would say that's pretty likely that this is actually happening, which is pretty exciting because if you played in D1, if you played and used this exotic, it's actually a really powerful exotic. Its exotic perk reads right here. Reloading after a kill causes the next burst to be a longer, more powerful super burst. Now, there was a period of time where using this was like so strong. It was largely due to the special ammo economy changes, like removing almost all the special ammo in the game, but it still was a really fun weapon to use overall. Sidearms ended up having like more ammo. I think sidearms used special ammo in D1, if I'm remembering that correctly. I don't remember the exact details, but it ended up having like a lot more ammo, or it actually had, you'd spawn in ammo in trials with these bad boys. So there was a period of time where this was really good. Also, Dreg's Promise was really good. If you remember that, that's a little throwback to the D1 Trials of Osiris days. If you remember those two exotic sidearms, rather. And so there's actually a lot of potential for this. It's an arc sidearm, and perhaps Bungie is realizing, if you haven't watched my previous video where I talked about the special ammo economy changes, perhaps Bungie is realizing that with another nerf to shotguns and a nerf to the special ammo economy, the likelihood of shotguns falling off the cliff and people transitioning more towards sidearm usage is pretty likely. I mean, sidearms might be very good next season, especially when shotguns are even more inconsistent and the ammo is so scarce for getting them. You might see a lot more people rocking sidearms and SMGs overall. And like I said before, I don't want us to return back to the icebreaker meta in, like I mentioned in that video, but at the same time, Destiny is a game that needs to stay fresh. You know, if we just run around with Felwinter's Lie for, you know, the next 10 years, it's going to get really stale, right? So they have to nerf Felwinter's Lie significantly like they have. They have to nerf the special ammo economy to get people off the shotguns and off the aping, and then bring in some crazy sidearms like this, and maybe give a little buff to sidearms. Who knows? We'll see what they end up doing in the long run. But that's the news for today. If you found this video helpful and fun, make sure to subscribe with notifications on. I'll keep you up to date on all the news in Destiny 2. Smash the like button. I'll see you in the next one. Later.